dreaming city. An awoken stronghold beyond the reach of any outsider. Such was my wish. Granted by Riven, the last Ahamkara, who bargained only with me, until my city was invaded. First by the Taken King, and then the Witch Queen. Riven struck new bargains with them, and with her dying breath she granted a wish that laid a curse upon the dreaming city. But Savathun is shrewd and clever. In secret, she inscribed her true wish on the wall that governs the terms of Riven's pact with me. A wish to pursue the witness. Only Riven can open the way. Riven, whose heart was torn out by guardians. My Techeuns assembled to conjure her spirit now. We shall make Savathun's final wish, and hear Riven's final price.
Got it. My Techeuns are preparing a spell to conjure Riven's spirit so that she can grant Savathun's wish. However, the Vex of the Soul Divisive have laid siege to the Keep of Voices in an attempt to halt our efforts. I must call upon you to defend the Dreaming City once again. Petra and Crow will guide your path.
Apologies for not rolling out the red carpet. I've been preoccupied.
Haven't we all? What's our situation?
The Techeuns evacuated the keep with Riven's heart. The Vex have since fortified their position.
Then let's cut them down and take back what's ours.
A good start, but there are more Vex gathered around Riven's remains. The Techeuns need a fragment of those remains to cast their spell.
A spell to conjure Riven's spirit. Are you sure about this, Petra?
I'm sure that I trust my queen's judgment.
visit Riven's corpse. A shame I wasn't around to see the killing blow.
We never should have done it. She set a trap and I walked right into it. My desire for vengeance blinded me to her schemes.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Whatever they're doing, you'd better put a stop to it.
That got their attention. Don't let them near Riven. That's the last of them. Retrieve the fragment and bring it to the chamber. I'll hail Queen Mara. Well done, Guardian. Deliver what my Techeuns require, and they will open a portal to the Wall of Wishes as they begin to conjure Riven. Your deep sight will reveal Savathun's wish. Once Riven grants it, we can at last pursue the witness. Savathun's final wish, inscribed in secrecy, has been invoked by the Guardian. Grant it now, and feast upon the difference between desire and reality.
Such a long slumber. Such a rude awakening. Grant the Witch Queen's final wish, you say? I refuse.
Leave us.
Queen Mara, what a joyous reunion.
For what reason do you refuse to grant the wish?
Why would I, O Majesty mine? Lest you forget, I am dead, as are the rest of my kind. The Vanguard made sure of it. I need no reason to refuse your wish, only a reason to grant it. What could you possibly offer to entice my cooperation? It wasn't enough for your champions to slay me, but then you saw to the destruction of all my eggs. Well, not all of them.
Like the one in Savathun's spire.
One of many, hidden within my lair, away from your vengeful eyes. But if you were to secure them on my behalf, then you would also secure your heart's desire.
And ensure that the Ahamkara live to terrorize us once again. Very well, Riven. We have struck a bargain. I knew there would be a cost in bargaining with Riven. I did not intend it to be a cost we kept paying all these years later. But now, the Witch Queen's scrolls have confirmed my greatest fear. The curse on the Dreaming City cannot be undone. I've pored over 1,000 possibilities, but the Corsair souls trapped there remain. I won't give up on them. Even with the curse in place, there must be a way to bring my people home. A task for tomorrow, perhaps. All this pain Riven has inflicted, and still we're beholden to her. There must be alternatives to restoring her clutch. The resurgence of the Ahamkara now, taken or not, could be disastrous. The Reef and the last city went to war to stop them before. For now, above all else, we must pursue the Witness. I need an operative to finish this bargain with Riven, force her to enact the final wish. So while I ponder countermeasures, you do what you do best. Carve a path.
Greetings, O guardian mine. I always knew we could work together. I speak to you now with my true voice. Consider it a sign of trust. The need for deceit has passed. My corporeal death freed me from the Taken curse. My bargain with their king has expired. These Techeuns strain themselves to conjure my essence. They cannot do so forever. Savathun's wish will be the last I grant. Mara has made clear the terms of our agreement. Retrieve my last clutch of uncorrupted eggs, and I will uphold my end of the bargain. Obviously, I cannot gather the eggs myself. Instead, I will guide you to them through the holes of my former lair. And beware, Guardian. You may find it a place most unwelcoming. How long it has been.
Wait, I recognize this place. How did we get here?
This is not our city. Only an echo.
We built those walls, you and I. Such elegant spires. A beautiful prison. I carved these chambers from those memories. I turned your home against you.
Couldn't you show us a safe way through?
I am dead, Princeling. What power lingers here is fixed to its original purpose. But if you wish it...
I think the Guardian can manage.
Soul Device's signatures to pick those locks.
What a pity to see you brought so low. bargaining for salvation at the behest of the Witch Queen. Desperation makes you brittle prey.
We have endured, and will endure, long after the memory of you fades.
We're not the only ones after this thing.
Let the egg come to harm, and I will owe you nothing. Fly your trade, O guardian mine, or fall with what remains of your people, as I did.
There's nothing here.
Deceiver! Where have you taken them?
I did not know of your clutch, Riven. This is not my doing.
When the amusement fades, remember, the terms of our agreement are unyielding.
Petra, gather the Techians. If these eggs do exist, we must find them. Quickly.
At once, my queen.
Bad news, Guardian. I bring word from the Techians. Riven's clutch has dispersed across the ley lines of the Ascendant Realm. They now orbit our reality like comets around a sun, hopefully not beyond our reach. The Techians are uncertain how this happened, but they've detected a massive surge of paracausal energy across the entire transit system. The residual energy has allowed us to predict each egg's trajectory across the lines. The Techians themselves were once scattered across the lines in kind. Guardians were there to guide them home, and we can secure the clutch using the same strategy. Riven has caused so much strife, and yet we prostrate ourselves to placate her once again. And too many Corsairs will die on this quest to give the Ahamkara a second chance. As I said, we once utilized the ley lines to find the lost Techians. We can use them again. Fight your way into the Blind Well and reroute the lines through Riven's lair. We'll prepare landings for the clutch as best we can.
Fully charged. Brace yourself.
vibrations from here. Come on back. We've got an egg to chase down.
Now that the ley lines are aligned, the egg should pass within reach of you. You'll have to hurry. We need you in position when it arrives.
Scurry through these halls, all you please. The Queen risks your lives, wastes precious time on her hollow promise.
Oh, is it less fun when something you want is at stake?
Petra,
Apologies, my queen.
You know my conditions. Secure every egg, or the bargain is forfeit.
Savathun knew of the clutch. Did she scatter the eggs on your behalf, or you hers?
I bear no loyalty to the Witch Queen.
You've shared common cause with her often enough.
As have you? Isn't that why you're here?
The Vex have dug in here at the gardens. I never thought I'd see them in the Dreaming City.
The Soul Divisive are devoted to the weakness. They are here at its behest. To what purpose, I don't yet know. The Taken run rampant, leaderless. It seems the Vex want them contained as well.
Do they extend beyond the Dreaming City?
I never escaped the city. I see no reason you should. Ah, still, when the walls close in, what is there to do but climb?
Hydra. I sense a core of darkness at its heart. The creature serves as the witness's eyes and ears. Destroy it, and we may yet obscure our intentions.
The Techians were right. We did it.
Riven isn't the last after all.
If only for the moment, you may yet shatter that truth. It pleases me to know that one egg survives. To know, even in death. A promising start, O guardian mine. Or is it merely bait on the hook?
Tell me, Guardian, does helping Riven sit with you as it does me? She is a blade held in our hand, held too tightly, or trusted not to slip, and it will draw blood.
Airing your concerns to the Guardian as well. Doubt is a useful tool, Queen Mara. Double-edged, is it not?
This wish was crafted by Savathun. Riven cannot be trusted with it. Has the Veil offered any answers?
My study has yielded many interesting curiosities. I understand how the Witness opened the Traveler, but not yet how to replicate it. I need more time.
I wish we had more, if you'll pardon the phrase. Time would allow me to insulate us from Riven's ulterior motives. But we've left the Witness undisturbed for too long. We must act.
Risk is a thing I've learned should be managed, not provoked.
Riven is risk incarnate.
To follow the Witness, I must reconstruct the bridge it forged through the Guardian's ghost. But the Veil is not a docile subject. Abuse it, and a similar fate suffered by the Dreaming City could repeat on New Muna.
So we bide our time while you seek an answer. Until then, we have a dragon to charm.
Back from scheming with Mara, are you? Fear not, O guardian mine. I hold no contempt for those who prepare contingencies. In fact, that is what I respect most about Mara. She is wise not to trust me, as I have never trusted her. For ages, Awoken and Ahamkara were both allies and adversaries, each seeking to extract a victory from the other. That is the nature of all bargains, to relinquish as little as possible, while securing all you desire. Our bargain is no different. It is not built on trust, but on the knowledge that upholding it will benefit us both. And that breaking it will result in more suffering than you can imagine. We must wait for another egg to drift across the ley lines and re-enter our reality. Continue securing my lair until then. Those who now trespass within it have nothing to bargain with, and are thus of no use to me. You would do well to keep that in mind.
I understand your concern, but if we cannot rely upon the Veil, the Ahamkara is our only option.
Even if it was Savathun who pointed us at Riven in the first place?
The witness is our priority. We have dealt with Savathun and Riven in the past.
And now Savathun is free and Riven is toying with us. I won't end up as a puppet again.
Nor I.
Sorry, I didn't mean...
I fear it too. The experience of watching your body perform a series of actions you would never condone. Of that terrible regret. But that fear won't stop me. Just as I know it won't stop you.
Was any of it real? All that advice Savathun gave me while she pretended to be you?
At the time Aldrin began his campaign against the Reef, he was already suffering from the Black God's corruption. Riven must have found him an easy victim. One could argue he wasn't fully in command of his decisions. All the same, the impact of those decisions was very real. So, let me ask you this. Did I give you good advice?
Life-changing.
Then hold on to it.
Approach me. We have bargains to strike. This one? Are you certain?
How is it that every time we work with the Vanguard, you find a way to get involved, Crow?
You could say I'm a little invested.
Any assistance the Vanguard is willing to provide is a boon to us, Petra.
It's all right, Mara. She's still warming up to me.
You're a bit dim, so it's taking a while.
Relax, Venge. You already shot me once.
Another run around the loop. What voices will they hear this time?
I've reached the extent of what I can glean from the research data.
What do we got?
Less than I've hoped for. But the last of Chioma Esi's research has led me to an intriguing topic. Ghosts.
Ghosts? As far as I know, Neomuna never had any contact with a ghost before you all showed up. We knew about them, but...
Precisely. Chioma Esi was researching the entanglement of light and dark without fully understanding either. Our ghosts are a link to the light of the Traveler. Then how was the witness able to, on numerous occasions, communicate through them?
Is this about the magnets thing? The parallel energy fields, right?
Very good. In areas of darkness, the witness is able to create a link, not unlike what it created with the Veil and the Traveler.
Ah, like the Vex are able to hack into the Cloud Ark with their tech. It's a parallel connection.
And I believe that connection may not be one-sided. I believe that our ghosts may be able to leverage this connection against it.
Turn the enemy's weapon against them. Well, that sounds great. But how?
That I do not know. But what I do know is that while the witness is out of our reach, it is also out of the reach of our ghosts. Which means whatever lies beyond that portal, whatever is inside the Traveler, has left the witness blind to our actions.
And given us an opportunity to make a plan without it knowing.
Precisely. The witness has played all the pieces it can. This is its final act, win or lose. Whatever we do from here determines the fate of everything.
No pressure.
Timely arrival, Guardian. Another egg from my clutch will soon pass by our reality. You should prepare to claim it. It is a strange turn of events that they were cast into the Ascendant Plane. Strange, but not unintentional, I suspect. Ask yourself, who would benefit from such a situation? Who wields the requisite mastery over the ley lines? Who has a history of sequestering the Ahamkara to keep them hidden? I said before that I do not trust Mara Sov. Tell me, do you? She offers you praise and gifts, bequeaths to you a share of her power. Is she so different from an Ahamkara? From me? Do you truly believe she wishes for nothing in return? Know this, Guardian. I have been forthright about what I stand to gain from our arrangement. A future for my otherwise extinct kind. Mara, on the other hand, what does she stand to gain?
Techian's calculations look promising so far. The next egg should be close. Be cautious. The Taken have already gained a foothold here.
They spread their influence with mindless fervor, much like awoken royalty. Wrath of the Queen, this is not your fight. Somewhere out there, a pack of doomed corsairs waits for you.
I'll be there. They know I'll always be there.
You want to help them. You would do anything.
I will. Without you.
Absent a commanding will, the Taken return to more basic directives. Their corruption may reshape these holes. Deal with them before the path collapses around us. Obstacles in our path mock our efforts, all while we seek to save your eggs. Is gloating over the ruin you made of our home worth losing them forever?
You set the snare, then complained that I refused to lay my neck within it. To beg and plead for what you desire, that is not envy.
Nexus of corruption. Such a high concentration of energy will destabilize the ley lines. Destroy it, or our efforts end here.
Another egg secured. Well done, Guardian.
The Taken aren't the only creatures attempting to thwart us. Riven seeks to entangle us in another loop, to keep us chasing down her clutch while the Witness runs rampant.
If this is a game, it suits your purposes. Sealing the eggs away, buying time for your broken warlock to cheat me. You have my terms. See this through, or make peace with your fate.
You've made excellent progress, but the remainder of the Clutch will never reach us if they remain on their current trajectories. Queen Mara and her Techians once communed with the Harbingers, entities that can traverse the weft and weave of the ley lines. Mara's personal Harbinger can bring the Clutch home, but she'll need to guide it with a signal. We need you to retrieve a Starlight Lodestone. It's a channeling medium the Queen can use to signal the Harbinger. All this to help Riven while the Dreaming Halls remain locked in her curse. The temporal loop that binds the Dreaming City could continue to plague the reef indefinitely. I wish my people could rest. I wish I could aid the trapped Corsairs across our shores. But Riven's curse is just a preamble compared to the final shape. The Witness seeks to finish what it started with the collapse. And so we remain occupied. And Rhea Sylvia burns. I regret we can do no more to advance your position in the field, but I'll be in touch as soon as the Queen finishes her communion.
How many ceremonies did I attend here? They weren't all lofty, serious affairs. The lights, the singing. It was beautiful once. Cassia is slain, until she rises again. She'll go on haunting the Chamber of Starlight forever. Shuro Chi says, if beautiful places cannot survive, why fight at all? I'll have to come up with an answer for her. Bring back the Lodestone, Guardian. Let's move on.
So this is what? The third bargain we've struck with a compulsive liar?
Having your back to the wall is never a good feeling.
It's so much worse. Being back in the Dreaming City.
Now that you remember?
I know every inch of it. The gardens, the palace. How it used to be. Before Riven's curse.
Oh. Crow.
If it wasn't for me, the curse would never have happened.
Riven used you. Used us. Our grief, our desperation. I wanted vengeance more than anything. The truth is, if I thought hiding from my guilt would help anyone, I'd be on the far side of the system.
You don't think we're just making the same mistake?
Uldren used to say, if you don't like the odds, don't sit at the table. Trusting Riven is a risk, but without her, We have no way of pursuing the witness. I'd rather risk failing than wait here for the final shape.
Right there with you.
Guardian, we are coming to the final moments. These choices, these risks, they mean everything. Mara requests that I provide some small measure of insurance should Riven prove too perilous a gamble. I've learned the Veil is linked to the Traveler, that this link was not created. It is a primal truth of their existence, a pairing. The Witness accessed this link through your ghost. The motions of what it did are written in the Veil's own memory. But like an incantation, without the ritual, the understanding, the words, so to speak, the motions, are useless. My attempts to recreate what the Witness did, to follow it, have been inadequate. And dangerous. I must temper my ambitions. The Veil is the power of consciousness, made manifest in our physical world. It whispers an electromagnetic language that resonates with our minds. One that can be deciphered, but not by the laws we willed in this universe. It's no easy task. If there is another way to follow the Witness, I'll find it here on Neptune. It will take time, as all things do. Continue to aid Mara, and I will uncover what knowledge I can.
Another egg safely retrieved. I may have to make good on my word. Though from what the Techeuns whisper, the rest will prove more elusive. Mara may have to take drastic measures to catch them. All reward requires risk. Mara knows this truth better than most. That is what first enticed me to stay with the Sov siblings. Their penchant for adventure. Their unquenchable ambition. Each of them deliciously reckless in their own way. Your crow hides it well, but I can still smell Aldrin's daring nature on him. Imagine what he could accomplish if only he'd embrace it. But you charge headlong into danger without a second thought. All for the promise of power. I knew from the first moment I set eyes on a light bearer that your kind would change everything for the Ahamkara. And oh, how right I was.
Queen Mara, I hail you now out of necessity of the heart. Else I feel as though I will burst into solar flame. Long have I admired you from afar, ever since you graced me with your power and benevolence in the Reef Wars. Not a day goes by without me thinking back to the time you bade me repay that debt to you. How we spent hours together, long into the night. Would that you spirit me to your side again, to serve as your consort, your knight, your humble vassal, anything to be near you. I beg you to grant me an audience once more. Please give me the gift and the privilege of basking in your favor. For without you, I shall wither and crumble into dust, to be scattered across the cosmic winds.
This again? You and I both know he sounds nothing like that, Riven.
Perhaps I should use a voice with which you are even more intimately familiar. How about...
Do not speak her name.
As you wish, O Majesty mine. You've returned. Would that the Queen's witches had your punctuality, O Warden mine. The Techyans have started work on the Lodestone, but they can't finish it without help. I would love to find amusement in their inadequacy, make a meal of it. However, the task of helping those who can't help themselves has fallen on your shoulders again. Something of the Ahamkara in you, perhaps. The Lodestone must be attuned to the confluence, like teaching a compass where north lies. I've simplified, of course, for your sake. The calibration will take some time. Should I pray for you to make it out alive? I remember each wing's construction. I rendered architecture from reality and shaped something beautiful. I seeded the Arboretum, laid crystal in dust where your witches designed your tightly bound demands.
We conjured the first steps, watched together as the realm formed out beyond our sight. You chose to be my enemy.
Cat. Enemy. Cat. These things come in rhythms.
Riven, we're not trying to trick you. I'm sure you can understand the hesitance coming from this side too.
Yes. I'm brimming with empathy.
The Techyans are in final preparations for the Lodestone. Your work in its calibration was invaluable. It will serve as a beacon for the Queen to make contact with her personal harbinger. She'll commune with it, ask it to guide the remainder of the clutch back to us. It's the last of its kind, and it's good to see a harbinger, normally a weapon of war, used for diplomacy, even with Riven. In the past, the pinnacle of the Spine of Caris provided the open sky the Queen needed for this communion. It will suffice again. But the Taken can test that region, as they have since Riven's curse rang out. They will hinder your every step. So cut through them, secure the spine, and the Queen will do the rest.
Communion with my Harbinger requires we access the highest point of the Spine of Caris. But Riven's curse remains.
The curse brings new Taken to the region every cycle. So hunt them and our work can begin. Once the spine is secure, Sadia and the Techeuns can light a beacon for the Harbinger. Find 2 ogres within, Guardian. As all Guardians have since the curse began. All across this region, the Corsairs remain as well. Reliving this nightmare is a matter of course. We've been backward to aid the Ahamkara that unleashed this.
One crisis at a time, my wrath.
Yes, my queen.
Well struck. The observatory is secure. Sadia and the Techeuns are now free to signal my Harbinger. We'll use it to pull the clutch within our reach. The Harbingers once aided the Awoken against the likes of the Taken King. But your actions today shall allow a Harbinger to aid in diplomacy. For perhaps the first time.
Even if it is with an enemy of the state.
Just the same. All things are handled here, Guardian, thanks to you. I need your strength elsewhere.
The next 8 should be coming into range.
Mara's seeing to the Harbinger. We'll cover you on this one.
Guardian, I'm seeing a lot of Scorn activity ahead. I doubt they understand what it is we're after, but they'll get in our way all the same.
Such callousness toward your creations. I suppose they have a new master now. Do you remember how you brought me to the Dreaming City for the first time?
I remember.
You sought a gift for your sister. Something that could delight and surprise her.
Let's stay focused.
Glowing altar. Always a good sign.
Is it?
Stay sharp, Guardian. Pick up enough ether corruption, and you should be able to slip past their defenses.
Your faded prince has experience in such matters. Best to follow his lead.
Can't be getting fresh orders from the Witness. What are they up to?
Poisoning every corner of the Dreaming City they can reach.
Perhaps they resemble their creators. All aimless yearning.
I yearn for you to stop talking.
You'll have to put this one down as well.
Those shields aren't impermeable. Turn their own poison against them.
I understand the Queen's reluctance, but you've done the Witness's bidding before. Why not again?
Kill my friends to bring on the final shape? No thanks.
A wish to end suffering. You made such a wish once, and brought about so much death.
You know that wasn't what I wanted.
You should have been more careful with your words.
Enough! It's done! The Queen is waiting.
I heard you over the comm channels. I am sorry that we are forced to entreat with Riven. She and I have our own histories to navigate, but what she did to you, how she wormed her way into your mind, that was inexcusable. It pains me to put you through this.
Even after all that's happened, you still think I need to be protected?
No, that is not.
It's all right, Mara. I understand. We've always shared a connection. Even when you were lost in the Ascendant Plane, I could still feel your presence. Your heartbeat. I knew you weren't truly gone. Riven was only able to manipulate me because of how strong our connection was. Is. I've made choices I'm not proud of. but I'll never apologize for the reason I made them. It's the same reason you reach out even now when you see me struggling. You're my sister. Nothing can break that bond. Not death, not Riven, not even the light.
Like Ager and Rhaegar, finding each other in the storm.
Yeah, well, all that we've been through, that's no fable. We stood together as the world collapsed around us.
And we'll stand together again.
Guardian, I'm afraid progress is slow. The Veil is a clever tangle in and of itself. It reforms as the consciousnesses connected to it ebb and flow. They rush in, awash with dreams and wonder, and then drain away. I believed that once I understood the Veil, mechanically, once I understood Strand, that I would see its patterns with new clarity. That has not happened. This is not like charting a course through the currents of a sea or the depths of space. It is an architecture defined by how we intend to imagine it. Not dissimilar to the Ascended Plane, but if more like its opposite. The Ascended Plane mirrors aspects of our world, aspects of will and import, to those who traverse it. Those aspects are decided upon through our actions. The Veil, conversely, weaves not with our will, not our decisions, but with intent, unfiltered by logic. What we feel, not what we decide. Mapping such a thing would be like rebuilding a creature from the calcified remains we found aboard the pyramid ships. They are an image of a dissection, a deadened echo of existence. But to look at them as they are, to see their disparate parts, even understanding their anatomy does not give us the knowledge to make them as they were. I will continue to seek the path the Witness forged into the Traveler, but I am no longer confident that it could ever be walked again. Riven may be our only option.
So many wish to be closer with their family. The absent and the estranged cause rifts in a person's psyche. I hear them even now. Let me speak to my father again, one last time. Let my daughter see me for who I am. One of the stranger human impulses, don't you find? Above all, Ahamkara want to feed, to drink deep of the gulf between desire and reality. Other Ahamkara are competitors for limited resources, not allies. The only exception is a mate. Sometimes we reach beyond ourselves. Perhaps if we stood by one another more, we'd have survived the great hunt. If we were a little more human. But that bargain is not within our natures to make.
Osiris, are you on this channel?
I am. Quite frequently these days. How may I assist the Queen's wrath?
A personal matter. I was hoping you could tell me about your experience with Strand, how it's affected you.
Strictly research, but it is fascinating.
We know you've learned to wield it.
Who told you this? Mara. The rumors are true, though I am still only a figment of my former self.
That's understandable. But your worth was never seated in the light. It's in your mind.
I imagine I'm not unlike one of your Techians, then. If I'm not mistaken, the Queen mentioned you trained as one yourself.
A long time ago, without much success. Though my sister, Pinar, excelled in her training. She was the pride of Amethyst. I was not. But, even with that power, she couldn't stop the House of Wolves from razing our home. I joined the Corsairs shortly after, to hunt the wolves down.
Boss has a way of shaping us all.
And clouding us. I thought the decisions I was making were the ones required of me. A kind of honor-bound reaction to pressure. I burned bridges across the reef on my hunt. Without Mara, I'd be an outcast. Now, seeing the new Coven, having their respect, their trust, I can do more than just react. Maybe I can tap into that training for something progressive. As something other than a Techian. For the benefit of our people.
I've learned that failure is not a lacking within us. It is a sign that we were not ready to face the challenge we chose at the time. We must fall to start again, Petra. But as long as we persist, hope remains. Potential remains. Perhaps you're ready now.
I can see why Mara values your perspective. Thank you, Osiris.
You return again, Guardian. And so does another egg from my clutch. It seems Mara's Harbinger has succeeded in pulling it close enough for you to catch. How convenient. Though it would have been far more convenient for them not to have been scattered at all. I have never taken Mara at her word. But she is not a fool. Had she been the one to set my eggs adrift, then she would have devised an easier way to retrieve them. One that requires less risk. But if Mara was not the one responsible, then who was? And what did they stand to gain from it? Manipulating the ley lines like this reeks of paracausal magic. An Ahamkara's doing. Someone wished for this. And when I find out who it was, then I will feast.
We have a problem. I was prepping our entry point and Sol Divisive started pouring into the confluence. I managed to slip out into the Overcity undetected, but just barely.
How did they get ahead of us? Of the Techians?
I don't know, but we need to move on this.
Well, I suppose no plan survives contact with the enemy. Guardian, make sure whatever the Vex are planning doesn't survive contact with you.
Is in peril! Sneak thieves ransack my lair! Roar my
fury through your fangs! Consume them all!
She is worked up. I'll guard the confluence from the surface, make sure nothing tries to ambush you. Osiris, I've been thinking about why the Vex would hit this spot.
And?
The Arboretum's where the confluence intersects with the Dreaming City's ley lines. They could be trying to establish a connection.
Or perhaps excise the confluence from the city altogether, thereby removing our ability to appease Riven.
That sounds like a Vex plan to me.
One we cannot abide.
I remember the Soul Divisive doing all sorts of weird things in the Black Garden. In the deepest parts, they were experimenting with paracausal forces, adjusting their code to more closely reflect the way they perceive the darkness.
But to no avail, to my recollection. Perhaps this is the end of those experiments. Perhaps it is something new.
The Soul Divisive aren't getting along with the Taken.
Many Taken here have run themselves rabid, searching for purpose. The Vex must be trying to contain that behavior. Let it loose upon them. You'll need Soul Divisive signatures to pick those locks.
Think with their heads, Guardian.
Outside the Vault of Glass. I did not think it possible.
Are you seeing those readings too?
Resonance. If they are tapping into the Darkness's memory, it may enhance their predictive capabilities.
Looks like the Witness might have taught the Soul Divisive some new tricks.
The Soul Divisive sought to align their collective more closely with that which they worship.
Either way, I guess now we know how they got ahead of us.
There, you have them flat-footed. Strike before they seize the egg.
A detainment matrix.
Shatter it!
Transmat signal scrambled. You're going to have to fight your way out, Guardian.
I'm long finished playing with you, fallen prince.
Enough. There is nowhere they can run that the Guardian cannot deliver your retribution.
Wish it true. Ask me to rewrite this failure, and I will make it so.
You really can't help yourself. We have a lead. In the darkness connection we detected in the oracles. Start there, find the trail. Your egg isn't lost yet.
Glint. Hey, Guardian. The Vex may have snuck in ahead of us, but we're not out of the race yet. Osiris thinks that a Vex mind must have figured out how to simulate the Techeuns. So long as they have access to those algorithms, the Vex can track the eggs, same as we can. So, we'll just have to steal them back. I managed to pick up the trail. Looks like the Soul Divisive tucked the egg away in the Black Garden. Lucky for us, that's familiar territory. I remember how to get in. All we need is the head of a Vex Gate Lord. Kidding. Turns out Riven had her own path into the garden. You'll have to get in there and put that Vex mind out of commission. I'll be on comms, keeping an eye on the tracking signal. And watching your back, of course.
Riven, you never mentioned you had a personal route to the Black Garden.
And I never would have. But these are desperate times.
The Last City and the Awoken have history here. What's your connection to it?
Currently, it's an inconvenience. My child is lost in this ontology, and our enemies are hunting.
Eyes up, Guardian. I've heard whispers like this before. Riven was playing me into a grave.
Those whispers aren't mine. Guardian. The barrier ahead will not yield. But I've left latent sparks of paracausality you can harness. Break through.
So you have been here before. Riven, what is this place?
An Ahamkara lair.
Hidden in the Black Garden? Is it yours?
You've seen mine.
Whispering again.
I assure you, that's not my voice.
It's getting louder.
You'll find the way is locked, but paracausal energy is your key.
These sparks seem different.
Because they're not mine.
What aren't you telling us, Riven? The Vex couldn't have created all this. They can't simulate paracausality.
You truly wish to know?
Watch yourself, Guardian.
The way forward lies in solving the paracausality of this place.
What did you protect here?
Many things. But whoever scattered the clutch is using this lair against me. The Queen couldn't have done this. Though an Ahamkara could have. That mind is protected with Ahamkara bioenergetics. Combine the paracausal energies and gut that thing.
voices are asking to use me as a vessel.
That's Taranis.
Who?
Let him speak. Please.
I'll try anything twice. Let's hear you, whoever you are.
Riven. Oh, I've missed you.
Taranis, what have you done?
I've made my last wish.
Your wish? You utter fool.
It's been fulfilled. Thanks to you and the Wishkeeper. I can rest.
If there were anything left of you, I'd flay it from your bones.
It was good to dance with you, oh beloved mine. One last time.
Who was he, Riven?
Taranis was my mate. I was not always a prisoner in the Dreaming City. The Ahamkara were once free to roam its halls. That's where I met Taranis. And Taranis, unlike others, unlike me, cherished those who wished to him. Those who bargained with him were safe. It must have cost him. I found his restraint intriguing. And my art, my dreaming halls, my dance with the Queen moved Taranis in turn. Together, we became the ebb and flow of the tide. Through him, I glimpsed a world without the tireless cycle of bargaining and feeding, of peace. Taranis invited me to his lair, a place where we couldn't be found, in the ontology of the Black Garden. My joy of turning desire to woe faded for one rapturous moment. We made successes together. We built secrets together. And then came your great hunt of the Ahamkara. The Queen took my freedom under guise of protection. Taranis and I were forever separated. But we could still whisper to one another in the space between. At least until a king arrived and made a bargain I could not refuse. I became both king and dragon. I spoke with his voice, and Taranis knew it. So he did the one thing our kind must never do. Grant his own wish at the cost of his existence. A wish to keep the eggs out of harm's reach until someone could protect them. Someone like you. His wish keeper. Taranis was always a sentimental fool. His last wish has caused us no small amount of trouble. All wishes come at a cost, even those we Ahamkara grant ourselves. Especially those we grant ourselves. My kind feeds on the difference between what is desired and what comes to pass. That is why we grant wishes the way we do. In granting our own wish, we eliminate that difference. We smother the flame, and our voices fall silent. Our existence ends. Ahamkara are selfish creatures, not prone to such acts of sacrifice. But Taranis, he was different. His sacrifice might save us all. You destroyed the Vex mine simulating the Techion's work. The Vex will not reach the eggs first again. But they still hold my lair. Put Taranis' gift to good use, O Guardian mine. It is your turn to grant a last wish.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to Jolyon since Glint raised me.
You used to be inseparable. It's not just anyone who would follow you into the Black Garden.
I thought you'd want me to keep my distance.
Queen Mara wanted to protect you from Uldren's memories. I think we're past that.
Yeah, probably.
You should reach out. Jolyon is a good man.
I'm a different person. That probably goes for Jolyon too. The last time he saw me...
Let him make that decision. You were close. Chances are you could be again.
I'll think about it. You know, you still give good advice, Petra.
Yeah, well, I never take it.
Something is wrong. Its stench lingers in the air, wafting up from the shadows of the confluence. I remember this sensation. The creeping whispers. Putrid oil on water. Taken corruption seeps into my lair, as it once did into me. Mara's Techion's expect another egg will enter our reality soon. Cut the strings of those Taken puppets as you traverse the confluence. As I said before, Oryx's bargain with me has expired. I owe him nothing. The same holds true for the Witness. If it seeks to take something from me without reaching an accord, then I will reclaim what is mine with vengeance in my heart. Make haste. Reach my offspring before the Taken. Taranis' sacrifice must not have been made in vain.
Guardian, we have reason to believe the next egg could be in danger. Taken corruption has infected the confluence.
It's being drawn in through a breach between Eleusinia and the Dreaming City. I feel it. This is not a disorganized swarm. It is a concerted attack.
Maybe they've rallied around a field leader. One the Guardian can target to scatter them to the winds.
Find them, my Wrath, and see it done.
Their wants echo on the walls. They wish to corrupt my kin. They do not heed my will or know me. I cannot restrain their hunger.
You never did. I kept them in check.
I can feel your desire, and revenge, wrath of the Queen. You walk these sullied halls and see your stagnant years of toil. It is like a game, isn't it? One you simply must continue testing. Why not let me help you? I can free us.
I'd rather fight another 1,000 cycles and watch you starve.
So prickly, Petra. You awoken never trust my good intentions. Pity.
They blighted the air itself.
Your queen is correct. Corruption bleeds into this city from her throne. A poisoned rain built on the edge of envenomed knives. Why risk slipping? You wish the dreaming city safe? To walk your realm again? Scrawl it on your wall if you must. And let me make it real.
You cannot tempt us with shadows.
I would tempt you with anything to protect my whims.
Braziers stabilize the pathways of the confluence, much like ascendant beacons in the ley lines. They'll need to be relit, and the Taken hold their fuel.
You've helped me. My species will live on because of you. Why not forgive like you have the prince? We can help each other more.
Every Corsair I've watched die, knowing it was coming. Your help would be a mockery of their sacrifice.
We both want our kind to be free. Simply say it.
Silence! Each of your 1,000 tongues be still. Gratitude is all we wish to hear from Riven this day.
My thanks. You have.
the beast that hunts my young. Erase this intruder from my lair.
So, the Taken do have a field commander.
Knight bearing Xivu Arath's mark. She must still hold sway over the Taken.
But not all of them. Whatever the Guardians did to her, her power must be waning.
My egg. What has become of my will?
It's polluted by the Taken's corruption, but intact.
You recover one of my brood, only to let another suffer for your cause! And for this, you demand gratitude!
Contain yourself. We have the egg. Petra, Guardian, return with it, and I will see if its corruption can be reversed.
I have no love for Riven, and no complete trust of an Ahamkara's predatory nature. But we need that final wish fulfilled. A bargain with Riven cannot be altered, perhaps not even by her. And we owe her all of the clutch. Guardians have freed Techeuns from Taken influence before. The effort and circumstances were extraordinary, but perhaps it can be done again. In our war with the Taken in the Dreaming Halls, we found that Taken ontology, when faced with itself, feeds on itself. Following that principle, you should be able to find a coalescence of Taken essentia in the Ascendant Realm. Theoretically, we could use it to cleanse the egg. That's all the strategy I can offer you, I'm afraid. Your tenacity in this is appreciated. And appropriate. If we fail here, Riven loses an egg. But we lose our path to the Witness. And all roads thereafter.
have it. Yes, I can sense the recurrent hunger collapsing in on itself. If left alone, do you think a corrupted egg would produce a whim like Riven? Would it retain control of itself? Or would it be a beast whose hunger could never be satiated? And is there any difference between the two? Petra is waiting. Meet her, and let us placate the dragon in our midst.
Shuro Chi and the others have made good use of the taken essentia you obtained. The spell to cleanse the egg has been prepared, but it requires paracausal fuel to ignite. Riven could provide us with the spark herself, but we can't trust her not to take advantage. In her current state, she might be unable to, even if she won't admit it. I'd take it myself, but I've hurled expletives at its mother and made too many wishes out loud during this operation. For all we know, that's how the Great Hunt was begun. Instead, you could allow the egg to feed on your desire, as a catalyst to jumpstart the spell. It should be perfectly safe. This Ahamkara is not yet born. You're not making a true bargain. And we have no other choices. Head to Riven's lair and focus on what you crave of the outcome. Let's hope we don't end up with another curse.
What have you come to claim, dear Guardians?
The Taken haunt these halls once again. This is a fortuitous intersection of events for us. With what you recovered and my incantations, we are ready. Press forward. Keep in your mind the desire to cleanse the corruption. The tiny whim in that egg won't be able to resist your paracausal desire. They will make it reality, and in turn draw the poison out to be fused with the essentia you carry. It's working. Now all that remains is to stay the course and break this Taken advance. Kraken incursion has been halted, and you've reaped all that was needed to drain their poison from Riven's egg. Now, she cannot deny us any longer. Let us return Riven's whim to its new nest. I am eager to hear if the Techeuns are close to our next alignment.
I've ascertained the path the witness took, but the Veil alone cannot safely reconstruct it.
What stops you?
Instability. The Veil traces the shape of our consciousness, but that shifts as fluidly as our thoughts do. It is as though we alter the path by observing it. None would survive the crossing.
I can grant passage. Savathun's wish can weave the ley lines into the Veil, entangle them for a moment. But you will not send an army on the wings of a wish. Only one.
One? Explain this deception.
You've done me a great many services, O Warden's Mind. I'll grant you the ultimate Ahamkara courtesy. The complete truth. Savathun's wish grants one singular passage. No more.
You knew from the beginning. You sought to twist our aspirations, as your kind always does.
How many of my clutch would you have saved had you been privy to the limitations of our arrangement?
Play your part, lest I shape you into a trinket of caged hunger to be forgotten in the Guardian's vault.
I am your helpless prisoner. What other part would you wish I'd play? I cannot change Savathun's intent.
Then what use are you to me?
Mara, one. Maybe all we need.
I am being transparent. Kind, even. It could always be worse. As you know.
This is our only way to pursue the witness.
One to send.
Curious. This simplifies things. What if... Yes. Guardian, excuse me, I believe I'm onto something. One to send, she said. I believe the witness had found a point of weakness and exploited that point to pierce the traveler's defenses. But the witness did not gain entrance through an attack. It parried. There was no need to breach a door because through the traveler's resistance, the way was left open. Its blast was meant to expel, but the witness redirected the flow of that intent with its own, using the Veil. If Riven can imprint the ley lines into the Veil, send one of our own to the other side without invitation, we can open the door. Once open, Guardian, the path to it matters not. Only that we're now able to cross the threshold. The Veil will flow to that point around any obstacle. I told you I was on to something. It sounds simple in retrospect to use the ley lines as means of travel, as we have before. But They do not touch the Traveler, nor the Veil, and not even Mara can command them to do so. It may seem as though Riven promises more than is possible, but that is the foundation of a wish. We must yield to our disbelief and give ourselves over to chance. In that unknown venture, in discovery, the path forward is revealed. One egg remains. Then all our integument risks, our layered depths to this cause, finally, their worth will be realized.
Thanks to Mara's efforts, the egg was cleansed of its corruption and saved. The irony is not lost on me. I suppose I should thank her, though she may not be receptive to my gratitude at the moment. Mara will soon recognize that it was a gift for me to divulge what I did now, rather than when the wish is made. Perhaps she already has. Even an Ahamkara's power has its limits. It is beyond my ability to alter the path that the Witness opened. Savathun knew this, which is why she crafted her wish to make use of the ley lines instead. Always so clever, that one. And the Witness. Its ambition knows no equal. This final shape that it seeks is not unlike a wish itself. One that would forever erase the difference between desire and reality. Anathema to my kind. I will not have my progeny suffer such an existence. Continue securing my lair and gathering my clutch. Mara was right about one thing. Like with the portal, I cannot alter the terms of our bargain. Collect all of the eggs, or the wish cannot be granted, even if I desire it.
What were you hoping to achieve by threatening Riven? Had I not been there to stop you?
Osiris, I admit I was angry. I'm seldom able to express my emotions openly. But I had no intention of harming Riven. I only wanted her to believe I might.
Perhaps you could warn me first. I was worried you lost sight of our goal.
Have I ever been one to miss the forest for the trees?
Quite the opposite. While I tend to find myself mired in the details of the leaves.
Both sorts are necessary. Your eyes on the fight before us, and mine on the horizon.
How do you see the end so clearly? Even within the infinite forest, I could not predict as you do.
Clairvoyance is a charade. The ground shifts beneath us as we walk. We manage best when we make our own stepping stones. You know better than most how many times we've had to adjust our methods to achieve victory. My death at Saturn to pierce Oryx's defenses.
Countless recalculations against the Vex. Stealing Savathun's secrets from within.
The planting of the silver tree on Io.
I took some convincing on that. But it truly was the beginning.
Sagira's death, Crow's choices, your new perspective, none of these were part of the plan.
Each adjustment came at a cost. I wonder what costs the Witness has yet to extract from us.
Whatever they are, we will meet them. And persevere.
The Techeuns have determined the trajectory of my final egg. It won't be within our reach for some time. A fortunate delay, according to Petra. She and the Techeuns have a plan. Guardians complain of the nature of Ahamkara, that we hoard secrets like you hoard weapons. Then you understand us. Why demand a river flow uphill? We all have our settled natures. This isn't Ahamkara's. Once, it was Queen Mara's. She's been working to change herself, altering the river's course. I'm forced to trust this new Mara, despite what I am, as are you, despite what you are. You and I will see where the river flows.
Guardian, I'm glad you're here. I've been thinking about what Riven said. If we have to pin all our hopes on a single person, there's one obvious choice. But I think I have a better idea. Now hear me out. If you go through the portal, there's no way we can send anyone in after you. You'd be out there on your own. But Mara and I share a bond. Even across the Ascendant Plane, I can always sense where she is. And the same goes for her. So, let me do it. If I go through the portal, Mara can use our connection to guide everyone through to, well, wherever I end up. I plant the beacon, and you come and kick the door down. Please, Guardian, I have to believe I was reforged in the light for a purpose. I can do this. We can do this. I just have to tell Mara.
The final egg lies in the heart of the confluence, where the Queen's throne sits in the Dreaming City. It's hidden in a far corner, inaccessible except through the dormant Oracle engine. Reactivating the engine would be trivial, if not for the Vex. We've been spending our focus on claiming eggs, while the Soul Divisive encircles our walls. Another threat to this system, and it's the Reef and its people that pay for it once again. War always comes with a cost. But every day seems to bring a new one. There's never time to rebuild. When this is done, if we're still standing, the Reef and its people come first for me. I hope I'll have your support in that. Locate the Vex oracles preventing us from accessing the Oracle engine. Destroy them. Then we can get on with this bargain. The witness lies just beyond our reach.
This is gonna bring in some heavy hitters.
How long has it been since I last set foot within these halls? An isolated throne overlooking an endless cosmic expanse. A symbol of who I once was. Distant, detached, inscrutable. But as my brother has changed, so too have I. No longer do I sow solitude and reap remorse. I choose, instead, to trust. I have no further need for this chamber, but with the Oracle engine restored, we can reach the heart of the confluence and the final egg. Return for now. When the time comes, we will complete our bargain and trust Riven to keep her word.
Why is your first inclination ever to charge headlong into danger?
Because you're always keeping an eye on me.
You have fallen from my sight before. I may lose you.
It is impossible to know the probability of success. But,
Don't give me that. This is exactly like something you do.
yes. Queen Mara.
You are not sending him, Osiris.
No, of course. But if he were to reach the other side, your connection, like the Traveler in the Veil, was forged in a collision of light and dark. It is a tangible thing.
We do not know that it would remain so. Whoever goes, more than likely goes alone.
Our problem has always been focused. By aligning your and Crow's connection with the Veil, entangled on either side of the Traveler, I believe I can forge a bridge between you. One we could all traverse safely.
I'd be a flare in the darkness for Osiris. Then we call in the cavalry. You could find me in the storm, sister. Tell them where to go.
Do you know what you are asking?
The Guardian would be but a step behind him.
I cannot keep you from your purpose. I cannot control this. And so, I put my trust in you. All of you. You will return to me.
Let's get to work.
How do you propose we compensate for the quantum?
You won't be but a step behind him, will you? Take care of him.
The Queen and her brother, they impressed me. I appreciated their natures, Mara's skill in crafting wishes, her self-controlled cleverness. Uldren's ambition, his endless struggle for a greater prize to lay at his sister's feet. Now they have reached beyond their original natures, all for the greater good. Altruism. It's too rich for my blood. Too risky. Such vulnerability. And for what payoff? Still, the altruists can be even more dangerous to their enemies than the ambitious. If self-preservation isn't a concern, what can stop you? If you can't be predicted, how can you be countered? Dangerous. But that danger can be compelling, don't you find?
Are you sure you want this?
Osiris thinks it's the best shot we've got.
You didn't answer my question.
I don't know. I've been trying to find what I want my whole life, even as Uldren. I used to think the Traveler gave me purpose. Uldren thought his came from you.
I never meant to twist you so, only to keep you safe. My protection turned malignant. For that, I am sorry.
It wasn't just you. Uldren heard your heartbeat and chose to make that his core. He mistook impulse from meaning. I won't. So, I guess it's not that I want this. I need it. I believe in it. And even if I don't make it, everyone else just might.
I sacrificed you before to preserve a chance for a future. I can't do that again.
I'll be fine, as long as you and I stick together. Remember, Rega?
Still subsisting off stories of hope and bravery. I have missed you.
I guess I always have been one to fill my head with nonsense, right?
Your hope is not nonsense. It is a vital line of sustenance. One I have learned through our people. Fill your heart with it, and I will keep you in mine until you return to me.
I will.
Go then. Find purpose of your own, and not one of mine or anyone else's making.
Thank you, sister. You'll see me again. And this time, I'll remember you.
The time has come. Mara's Techeuns say that the last remaining egg will soon enter the heart of the confluence. Once it is secured, then by the terms of our bargain, I will grant Savathun's wish. Doing so will require a great expenditure of my power. The Techeuns will not be able to maintain my conjuring afterward. Which is to say, that the wish will be our farewell, oh guardian mine. What a strange life this has been. By Ahamkara standards, it was comfortable and luxurious. I spent my days with royalty and my nights with my beloved. I never wanted for sustenance, for I was presented with wishes to spare. And though it was all taken from me, in the end, my murderer set me free and ensured the future of the progeny my mate and I created. Now, I will sacrifice my own lingering existence to ensure your future in return. Perhaps I am more like Taranis than I would like to admit. He always claimed I was.
One final egg remains. One hidden within my own court by Taranis, in a secluded chamber of starlight and potential.
The confluence has aligned, and our goal is in sight. To know all our efforts are coming to fruition is exhilarating.
Is that a smile I hear in your voice, Osiris? You're lucky the Guardian has a few words, lest they ruin your stoic reputation in the tower.
I cannot help but feel alive in this moment. Though there is still much to do. It seems possible now.
Of course. My final child is held captive in the Queen's private wing. How ironic. How appropriate. Just think, if we had continued working together with respect, with trust, as equals, we could have built so much more than this city. We could have been friends.
Do you feel it, Mara? We stand before the end. All that remains is to know whether we are swept away by it, or it breaks against us.
And to see what consequences our wish has wrought. That is where my mind rests. Let hope stay my fears.
Hope, yes. But also our mettle, our actions. I am confident in our heading, come what may.
In Crow. In us. As am I. We've spent so long holding together the pieces, Osiris. Do you worry what will come after all of this?
No. I welcome it. I'm tired, Mara. I'm ready for what comes next. It's all right to admit you are too. Scorn have found their way into your domain. How?
This place is woven into the confluence. To expose it for us was to expose it to the enemies already within our walls. And the Scorn have long been within these walls.
Then we will remove them. Scorn reinforcements descend upon you. Prepare yourself for battle.
Most of these Scorn are mindless husks raised by the Witness. But others, they bear Fikrul's touch.
Has he resurfaced? Crow believes he fled the shore and remains a fugitive.
Petra reported activity from Fikrul's knights on Earth. They sought recruits, along with a dead Ahamkara's power.
Knights? Strategy? Their culture deepens. Fikrul means to make a wish, then. For the Witness?
I think not. Their motivations are both against us, but not aligned. Something else is at play. They're attempting to force a wish from the embryo. This must not come to pass. A wind, like a venomous hatchling, knows nothing of restraint.
Fire team, engage the enemy.
Now shatter their totems. End this fool's errand.
Could that have worked? Could the scorn have brought a wish to fruition like that?
No. At least, I do not believe it is possible. Though I wasn't willing to see them try.
This egg is not the first to find itself in your court. Did you intend to breed the Ahamkara again?
I intended to maintain a suitable suite of options from which to choose. Nothing more. Those plans were made so long ago, Osiris, and the eggs corrupted beyond healing. Things are different now. Whether the Ahamkara live on is not mine to choose.
To relinquish control is almost as frightening as trust or hope. Sometimes, that is all we have.
And in that trust, our pact concludes. I will make your wish.
Riven's last clutch, plucked from the void and saved from extinction. Maybe that bodes well for the rest of us. Either way, we held up our end of the bargain. Now it's Riven's turn. Hey, I need to tell you something while I have the chance. That first moment when I woke up in the Dreaming City, I was so lost, confused. I didn't know where to go, who to trust. Everyone hated me for something I couldn't even remember. But you helped me find my footing. And when my memories came back and everything made less sense than ever, you were there to see me through. You gave me the chance to walk through the Dreaming City with my head held high and the courage to follow a new path. Thank you, Guardian, for everything. See you, Starside.
Has the time come for my final meal? Your ambitions fed me well before. I've never tasted such a gulf between desire and reality. Then you killed me. Now you and I have returned to the start. Last meal, last words, last wish. May it bring you everything you deserve. So the generation of Ahamkara turns over. One last death to feed new life. What will it feed within you? This one you shall cherish, O guardian mine.
You're sure about this?
I am. It has to be me. We'll find each other again.
Always.
yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have mine for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal. Until we meet again, Mara.
Is he?
He is on his way.
It's no small feat, the things you've helped accomplish today. Thanks to you, and guardians like you, Crow has grown, walked his own path. In aiding Riven's clutch, you've averted the annihilation of an entire species, provided a chance for her children to choose their own paths. We'll be there to guide them, should they require it. Riven was never truly an ally, but common cause aligned us in a way I had not anticipated. Relying on her was a risk, true. But there was a time when the Vanguard was averse to trusting me as well. Trust is dangerous, risky, vulnerable. But to trust is to hope. And what is life without it? It separates us from the witness, a creature that is the death of those things, of all things. I've peered into its eclectic souls and found only nihilism. Even now, the soul divisive burns through the dreaming city and the confluence. You've granted the wish, carved a path, but battles remain before you. Expunge the Vex from the dreaming halls while Osiris prepares the veil to forge a bridge to my brother. This will allow you to lead a strike force into the Traveler's pale heart and rendezvous with Crow. From there, it will be the fight of your lives. Steel yourself. You fight for all of us.
My queen, the Techien await authorization to position your personal harbinger. Their second missive, they say.
I already... Never mind. Tell them I will see to its deployment myself.
If I could speak bluntly, my queen, you seem distracted of late.
Just mulling on history in a different light. Taranis and Riven. Against all odds, they found each other and chose love instead of misery. Until I tore them apart in the Great Hunt. I locked Riven in a gilded cage and hid her away.
In doing so, you saved her from destruction.
For good or for ill, I do not regret my part in the hunt, nor the second chance we have given the Ahamkara by seeking Riven's eggs. And I'm glad she and Taranis could meet again, in a way, before the end. They have me thinking of Sior.
I see. What was she like as Queen's Wrath? I was too young to know the Awoken behind the legend.
Sior was the soldier we sent to break the tide if it ever turned against us.
If half the legends about her were true, she should have been the one to face the curse.
You're both warriors in your own right. She a war cudgel, and you a master-crafted blade. But she would have been untested as regent.
You gave our people hope when it had burned away in my absence, and held it high. You forged an alliance with humanity, guided the Techeuns because you've walked their path. No one else could have ruled in my place. Any further questions, my wrath?
Just one. What did you love about her?
I could list reasons until soul burned out, but they would be lacking in complete truth. We do not love rationally. We just love.
I'll keep that in mind, my queen.
Something stands in our way, Guardian. An anomaly. Casting a shadow in superposition across the veil, resonating with it. Whatever it is, it's drawing away the Traveler's connection. Co-opting the veil's place in their entanglement as if it were a doppelganger. I've isolated the anomaly signal. It's a familiar one, emanating directly from the Black Garden. The Soul Divisive must be enacting one final effort to halt our advance. This is why I called you. I needed to know this would be dealt with, and quickly. If left unaddressed, we will be unable to follow Crow. He will be stranded. I don't think I could hold Mara back from expressing her anger if that were to occur. Breach the garden and dispel whatever interference the Vex have erected there.
The errant signal is not far ahead. Keep your wits about you. Whatever it is the Soul Divisive are using to entangle themselves in our work, it is a power not to be trifled with. impossible. The Black Heart. Destroy this abomination.
The Black Heart was a failed copy of the Veil. Imperfect, but potent nonetheless. This was a simulation of their prior effort. The Soul Divisive must have been using it to bond their collective with the darkness. They broadcast that connection, harmonized its frequency with the Veil, in order to take its place and shut us out. They could not have managed this feat without guidance from the Witness. And now, you have seen to it that they will not disrupt us again.
You died. So did you. Yeah, I don't have to call you Prince anymore, do I?
You've cleared the table, and the die is cast. This final shape the Witness seeks. Asa warned us how the Witness consumed its entire species to reshape itself. And still, it was unfulfilled. Its salvation is a prison. We see it in the calcified creatures within the ever-dark halls of each pyramid. Alive, but not living. What shape will the Witness render the universe in service to? And what of those within it? To change that which is never forces it to match what you envision it could be, because chaos cannot be contained. This will work. I've spent a year of study, counting each day, felt time's weight, but I've spent it well. As sure as I've ever been of anything. We will hold back the collapse, rebuke it once more, and forever. Because chaos cannot be contained. The time nears, Guardian. Riven's part is done. Queen Mara felt Crow's passage, and he has arrived. I've woven the Veil's resonance into their connection, as the Witness did with your ghost. Soon Mara will open the way, and we follow Crow into whatever lies beyond. Prepare yourself. Soon, you will be called to arms.
We have reached the end. Everything is at stake. Even us. I cannot help but think, have I prepared them for what is to come?
Always in your own head, Osiris. You have done more than enough. Now you worry for them too. Think of it instead as our time. We talked of the future we would have when the city was safe.
We must not mistake calm for safety.
Yes, yes. For now, the city still needs us. So, who will stay behind and protect it? Who will be its leader when Ikora and Zavala are away?
You would have us take up command again. After everything?
We are not the people we were. We are new. We are better. I know. And I know that it is painful to see them go. But when they return, you will be proud. And so will I. Then we will have our time together. No more just for others.
We can finally see the stars for ourselves. Yes. I love you, Saint. We will have our time.
I love you too.